Hi guys, welcome back for another one. Now this one's not going to be your standard video, no fancy intro, and if there was one, you guys have already seen it. I'm mainly here to give a kind of an account update or a status update to my channel and kind of the direction I'm going to go probably by the end of the year, most likely 2021. Now I debated how I wanted to start this video and what I wanted to lead with. The first thing I want to lead with, guys, is all the backlash I get coming out and saying, you know, I'm a free-to-play player, everything here is 100% free-to-play, and that comes with a lot of backlash of people that can't believe that everything you see on my account actually has been done 100% free-to-play. As much as I defended it, as much as I've shown proof of it, it always is something that I get a lot of backlash against, and I don't understand why people give me backlash about it, because it just hurts my own growth more than anything, as I'm never top of the line to show you guys something brand new and exciting, right? Everything that I show you guys is stuff that's already exists in the game. I know as many of the haters and doubters out there that they are contrary to their beliefs. Me saying I'm 100% free to play does not bring in subscribers. It just doesn't. So all the haters and the doubters, it is time once again to prove that I am 100% free to play. As you guys can see, I'm playing on BlueStacks. This is the account that's linked to my Marvel Strike Force account. That's also my Google Play account. Now, as you guys can see here, well, first off, total money spent in November, $0, no surprise. But then you guys can go back to my past purchase history, and you can see here that I have monthly subscriptions to HBO Max, which I canceled back earlier this year. As you can see, the last payment came in April 2020, and there's been no purchases in the Google store since then from me. So let's keep going back here. You can see counting back all these subscriptions. I know Game of Thrones, you know, I realized I wasn't watching HBO that much after Game of Thrones ended. Yeah, so I paid for it probably longer than I needed to. All right, so now you guys are coming up here. January 2019. You guys are see here, this is WWE Supercard. This is the game I played before I got into Marvel Strike Force, and actually even while I was still playing Marvel Strike Force in the early stages, my first like 2 months of playing, I was still playing WWE Supercard, and I was getting to the point where I did play that game mostly free to play, but then I got very competitive and I found myself in like the top echelon of players, so I wanted to push it more, and that's where you guys see the spending come in. You can see this really huge pack I bought. So I started playing Marvel Strike Force, in case you guys don't know the timeline, in December of 2018. Main reason I'm making this video because I'm coming up on 2 years, which I'm going to get into a little bit later. But yeah, and eventually I found out that I liked Marvel Strike Force a lot better than I liked WWE Supercard. I love WWE Supercard, but the problem is if you guys think Marvel Strike Force is a time sink, that game was way more of a time sink. It took a lot more time and a lot more grind to play that game than it does to take Marvel Strike Force. Marvel Strike Force is actually a huge break compared to that game, even when you have to blitz for a special event, which is like once every couple of months. Well, it's getting a little bit more frequently, but it's usually once every couple of months. And then you can pretty much see the beginning of the last thing that if you can see the little end screen credit thing roll. But yeah, so that is the end of anything that ever shows my account as something I subscribed to or paid for in my Google store. Like I said, guys, I've been 100% honest. Every single video I've ever put out, every single thing. I always have 3 goals in mind every time I make a video. 1, to be informative. 2, to be entertaining. And 3, never intentionally mislead or misinform you guys. There are my 3 rules when it comes to making my channel. Everyone has their own, you know, certain way of presenting themselves or way they like to do their YouTube. I just like to have fun. At the end of the day, I started this as a hobby and I refuse to treat this as a job. All right, guys, and I just click back over to Marvel Strike Force. You see the same thing. I'm just going to go to full screen here to have all that blue stack, distractions taken out. I probably will put some Dark Dimension footage up in the corner, just have something playing while you guys are listening to me. All right, so with all that said, guys, the next thing I want to get into here is that I'm currently on day 709. Now, when I hit day 730, maybe 731, I think we may have had a leap year. I can't remember. 2020, right, guys? But anyways, it's going to be my 2-year mark. And at this point, I've cleared all challenges. Every campaign is cleared. I've already completed 1 run in Dark Dimension 3, and even after I completed that, I refused to level up any other character, so the same 15 characters I used in the first run, I'm using in the second run, and I'm currently on that second run, and I've already got a nice head start to Dark Dimension 4. As you guys can see here, if you've been following me, you didn't notice at one point I did have over 100,000 credits. I've been basically buying the new 15 unique piece every time it shows up, no matter what class it's for. And I've also been keep buying X23 times she shows up. And you guys can see I've already burned through like 40,000 credits, and that's on top of all the credits that I keep getting in every war. On top of that, I have almost enough of these orb credits to open up this orb 40 times. That's a lot of those 15 gear pieces I'm going to have, and it's going to be until late January, probably February, maybe even March, because I'm not really big into spending all the extra cores to refresh my energy every day before I hit level 80. So I have plenty of time to keep doing this and keep having these pieces stack up. And I've already created a spreadsheet of potential characters I'm taking, what gear I need, so I know exactly when I'm spending my gold in the other store, what I need to look out for. So some classifications like bio or mystic or tech that I know I need more than like skill, for example, I'm buying that more often, and I have everything mapped out. And I said plans can change. I got plenty of months, but to have a rough plan and stick with that rough plan is pretty much where I'm going at. And I'm hoping to blow through Dark Dimension 4 or get into Dark Dimension 4 a lot faster than I got into Dark Dimension 3. And guys, I'm doing all this as a 100% free to play player. And the question becomes, I've already invested 2 years of my time into this game. Is it time for me to stop the 100% free to play? Because I pretty much have done everything and show that it is possible to do this game 100% free to play. And even if I choose to start spending, one, I'm not going to be a whale, guys. I'll basically be taking some of my YouTube money and putting it back into the game, and it's not that much. But as you guys can see, like, it makes no sense for me not to buy a 99-cent offer. You know, it makes, well, this is tempting just because I think I can just get lucky opening up orbs, which I may or may not. I know a lot of people are not. But it's just things like that, like just $2 offers. I don't know if I'd get this even if I was willing to spend, because obviously I'd be on a budget. And I don't know if 10 legacy orbs would really, I mean, it's probably worth $2, but I don't know the fact that I don't have unlimited funds, if that's something that I'd be willing to spend for. And just things like that. I'm not going to go through every offer, but there are a lot of really good ones that pop up every now and again. And the fact we're seeing a lot more microtransactions. And I said this a long time ago. When I first started this game, these small offers weren't in the game. The smallest offer was like 35 bucks. That's it. Like, they've really have changed their price points over the 2 years that I've been playing. The first $1.99 offer, which was 50 shards for Miss Marvel, was actually a typo. It was supposed to be $19.99. And that was probably the first appearance of Decimal Point Jeff, for those of you guys who want a history lesson. But yeah, I mean, I can't think of anything I have left to prove about playing this game as 100% free to play. I'd much rather try to play this game a little bit more competitively, maybe try to get the things that a little quicker so I can make more videos showing you guys things that I've discovered. Because right now, if I'm the first to discovering it, then people out there have been done a terrible job figuring stuff out, because I should not be the first person. I shouldn't be the first person to anything, to be honest. I'm not a launch day player. I'm over 300 days behind all the other larger content creators that spend a ton of money on this game, right? And those are facts, guys. Those are not anything I'm making up. Those are facts. So one thing, I have made that up my mind. I am going at least 2 years up until December 9th as 100% free to play. I am going to complete that journey. After that, it's up in the air, and I'm really starting to lead towards, you know, spending a little bit on a budget, things that make sense, that help my account a little faster and help me grow and start rounding my roster out. Because right now I have a lot of lopsided teams, of lopsided characters, because I've always built towards clearing content, which is one thing that, if you guys have watched my resource management type series, is something that I always promote and try to tell you guys about. And that stuff from me is never going to change. That 2 years of experience is never going to change the content I put out, because I know what it's like. I've been there and I've done it. Well, here, let me put it this way. One of my alliance mates recently was promoting a video that Casino put out about Ghost, about, you know, being OP and a striker. And I pointed out to that alliance mate that I actually am the one that said that first over a week ago in a video. And then Maverick, who's in my alliance, he pointed out, he says, yes, you were. He goes, but you did it in theory. They actually got the video proof. And that's kind of where I am, right? 100% free to play. I have the proof. I did that. Those larger content creators that talk about it in theory. They did not do it. Once again, guys, I'm just dealing in facts. I'm not dishing dirt on anybody. I respect all the content creators. I know the effort it takes to do this, but I do have to address the confusion when it comes to the name Mr. Free to Play. I don't know what I'm going to do there, and honestly guys, I've gone back and forth, and if you guys would like to give your input or suggestions or feedback or whatever, like I'm willing to listen. I don't know what I'm going to do with the name Mr. Free to Play, because here's my problem. I covered in the beginning of this video that I'm 100% free to play, and I still have people that would accuse me of not being 100% free to play. Now I'm not 100% free to play, carrying the name Mr. Free to Play. Now I get more people that are confused about me trying to promote that, oh, you can have all this as 100% free to play, when I am no longer 100% free to play. So I don't know how to address that in the name of my channel. I really don't want to change it, but I don't know how to address it. So that's one of the kind of things I struggle with, and maybe you guys in the comment section maybe come up with something a little bit creative, or maybe jog a memory, or jog some creativity in my head, a way to deal with it. But as for now, it will keep carrying on as Mr. Free to Play, because that's who I am and that's my story. And yeah, and like I said, I want to be informative but not mislead people, going back to the 3 things that are important to me in my content. But anyways guys, that's where I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to do any postings in this video, just because one, kind of exhausted, and sometimes coming up with postings is a little draining to me. Every once in a while I get one that just happens to fall in my lap by accident because of something stupid I did while I was recording. But most of the time I have to go hunting for a clip, and I don't feel like going hunting today, guys. Just being honest with you guys. But anyways, I do appreciate your time. If you want, give me a like, hit the subscribe, and even turn on the notification bell. But with all that said, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Bye.